Imagine a sound so loud it could be heard 3,000 miles away. A sound so powerful it circled the entire planet not once, not twice, but 4 times. A sound that shattered eardrums, triggered tsunamis, and plunged the world into a volcanic winter. This is the story of Krakatoa, the day Earth screamed. The afternoon of August 27, 1883, began like any other across the islands of Indonesia. Fishermen hauled in their nets, children played along sandy shores, and merchants prepared their wares in coastal markets. But beneath the Sundestrate, a cataclysmic force was about to unleash itself upon the world. At precisely 10:02 a.m. local time, the volcanic island of Krakatoa erupted with such unimaginable fury that it would literally tear itself apart. The explosion created a sound wave so powerful it circled the globe 4 times, a sonic boom of geological proportions that remains unmatched in recorded history. This wasn't just another volcanic eruption. This was Earth itself screaming at the top of its lungs, a primal roar that would be heard across oceans, shatter eardrums, and alter global weather patterns for years to come. Today, we're going to relive those terrifying hours when Krakatoa reminded humanity just how small we are in the face of nature is raw power. For centuries, Krakatoa had been a relatively peaceful island in what was then known as the Dutch East Indies. Measuring about 5 miles long and 3 miles wide, its 3 volcanic peaks rose dramatically from the waters of the Sunda Strait between Java and Sumatra. Local Javanese folklore spoke of the mountain as Pralape, the fire-breathing giant, but European colonists paid little heed to these warnings. The volcano had been quiet since 1680, and by the 19th century, its lush slopes were home to tropical forests teeming with wildlife. The first signs of trouble appeared in May 1883, when passing ships reported seeing steam vents and minor ash plumes. By June, these became more frequent, and the Dutch colonial government sent a survey team to investigate. They found the northern peak, Perbewetan, actively spewing ash and noted a strong sulfur smell across the entire island. Seismographs in Batavia, modern-day Jakarta, began recording unusual earthquake activity. Not the sharp jolts of tectonic movement, but the deep, rumbling vibrations characteristic of magma shifting beneath the surface. The Earth itself seemed to be groaning under the strain. As August arrived, the situation grew increasingly ominous. On August 11th, a Dutch ship passing through the strait reported seeing fireballs shooting from the volcano. By August 24th, the eruptions became nearly continuous, with ash columns reaching an estimated 20 miles into the atmosphere. The explosions were so loud they could be heard in Batavia, over 100 miles away, where residents reported windows rattling and dishes falling from shelves. The most terrifying phase began on August 26th. At 1:06 p.m., a massive explosion sent a black plume of ash 17 miles high. Pyroclastic flows, superheated avalanches of gas and volcanic matter, raced across the water's surface, boiling the ocean where they touched. Pumice stones the size of watermelons rained down on ships up to 10 miles away. The British vessel Norham Castle recorded in its log, "The noise was deafening. So violent are the explosions that the eardrums of over half my crew have been shattered." Through the night, the eruptions continued with increasing intensity. The sky turned an eerie red as lightning danced through the ash clouds. By dawn on August 27th, the island was tearing itself apart from the inside out. At 10:02 a.m. local time, on August 27th, 1883, Krakatoa reached its breaking point. The entire northern 2/3 of the island collapsed into the emptied magma chamber below, in what geologists call a caldera-forming eruption. The energy released has been estimated at 200 megatons of TNT, equivalent to 13,000 Hiroshima bombs detonating simultaneously. The sound of the explosion was heard as far as Perth, Australia, 1,130 miles away, and Rodrigues Island near Mauritius, 3,000 miles distant. People within 40 miles were rendered permanently deaf. The atmospheric shockwave circled the Earth 4 times over the following 6 days, with barometric instruments around the world recording the pressure spike every 34 hours as it made each complete revolution. But the sound was just the beginning. The collapse generated a series of devastating tsunamis, with waves reaching heights of 120 feet in some locations. The coastal towns of Merak and Telok Betong were completely obliterated, with water rushing up to 2 miles inland. A Dutch warship, the Barrow, was carried nearly 2 miles inland and deposited 30 feet above sea level, killing all 28 crew members. In total, over 36,000 people perished in the tsunamis alone. Meanwhile, the eruption column reached an estimated 50 miles into the atmosphere, injecting millions of tons of sulfur dioxide gas into the stratosphere. This would later create spectacular sunsets worldwide, but also lead to global climate anomalies. The immediate aftermath was apocalyptic. Coastal communities across Java and Sumatra were buried under meters of pumice and ash. Bodies washed ashore for months afterward, some as far as South Africa. The skies remained dark for days within a 150-mile radius, forcing residents to light lamps at midday. But Krakatoa's effects extended far beyond Southeast Asia. The volcanic aerosols in the upper atmosphere created vivid red sunsets around the world for nearly 3 years. Artists like Edvard Munch famously captured these eerie skies in paintings like The Scream. In New York and London, people regularly called fire departments, mistaking the crimson horizons for distant blazes. More significantly, the eruption caused measurable global cooling. The eruption also had scientific benefits. The global propagation of the shockwave proved that Earth's atmosphere is interconnected, helping establish modern meteorology. Oceanographers gained new insights into tsunami behavior that would later save countless lives. Krakatoa wasn't done yet. In 1927, fishermen reported steam rising from the caldera. By 1930, a new island, Anak Krakatau, child of Krakatoa, broke the surface. This volcanic offspring has been growing ever since, adding about 15 feet of height per year. In December 2018, Anak Krakatau erupted violently, triggering another deadly tsunami that killed over 400 people. Modern monitoring shows the region remains highly active. Seismologists warn that while another 1883 scale eruption is unlikely in our lifetime, the Sunda Strait remains one of Earth's most geologically volatile areas. The 2018 event proved that even smaller eruptions can have catastrophic consequences in this densely populated region. Today, Krakatoa serves as both a warning and a laboratory. Its eruption taught us about atmospheric circulation, tsunami dynamics, and volcanic hazards. The preserved records from 1883 provide crucial data for modeling future disasters. But perhaps its greatest lesson is humility, a reminder that for all our technological advances, we remain at the mercy of our planet's immense natural forces. As we look back on that fateful August day, Krakatoa stands as a monument to Earth's unimaginable power. Its roar was not just heard, it was felt across continents and recorded in the very atmosphere of our planet. In our modern world of satellites and supercomputers, it's easy to forget how vulnerable we remain to nature's fury. Krakatoa reminds us that we are temporary guests on an ancient, dynamic planet, one that can reshape coastlines, alter global climates, and scream loud enough to circle the world, all in the span of a single morning. The question isn't if such an event will happen again, but when.